right into the situation and try to get me out of here in an orderly fashion. Enjoy yourself, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Nicole, take it away, will you please?
Okay, good evening. My name's Nicole Dawkins, and I'd like to welcome everyone to our annual Black History Month Essay Contest Awards Ceremony. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. For the past decade or so, I have been director in the area of social services, mental health, and disability awareness. And I'm a proud resident of Ocoee and a volunteer at the Human Relations and Diversity Board. And it's truly an honor to celebrate your children as the MC tonight in this awards ceremony. My husband and I have 5 beautiful children, and I can understand how very proud all the parents are here tonight. And it's just a wonderful thing to be able to come to something like this and celebrate all the accomplishments of all the students here. And I'd like to give a round of applause to the students here tonight. On behalf of the Human Relations and Diversity Board, we would like to commend the students for a job well done. But before I go any further, I have been given an executive order from a very important person, my 4-year-old daughter, Samantha. And she says, "Mommy, before you can talk in front of people, you have to do an icebreaker." I didn't know she knew anything about an icebreaker. But she says, "I have to tell a joke." And I told her I didn't have any jokes. And she lent me one. And I promised her I would say the joke, just like I always wear the t-shirts they make for me. Right, mommies? Use the cups that they made for you, the ones that drip onto all your papers and their makeovers and everything. So help me out. Why did the chicken cross the road? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for helping me do my mommy duties. And I would also like to thank all the principals, the administrators, all the staff that help out at the school who also do duties for our children. Let's give them a round of applause. We received 244 essays this year, so the competition was very stiff, and each of the students who wrote essays should be commended because they were very, very well done. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce the Human Relations and Diversity Board members to everyone. Our board has worked very hard judging the essays and select the winners, which was not an easy task considering how well done they all were. I'd like to introduce first our chairman, William Maxwell. Our vice chairman, Jennifer Hopkins. And now I'd like to recognize our other board members, Michelle Turner. Michelle's not here, I'm sorry. Ira Calloway. Rose Nancy Joseph. Patricia Cornell. Barbara Ann Budicane. And our newest member, Tim Henderson. Did I miss anyone? Did anyone sneaking in the back? Okay. At this time, I would also like to thank the Ocoee City Commissions for allocating funds for this essay contest, as they have done each year. I'd also like to introduce our elected officials that are here with us tonight. Mayor Scott Vandergrift. Commissioner Rosemary Wilson. And Commissioner Rusty Johnson. Mayor, before we get started, would you like to say a few thoughts, any words before we get started?
I can use yours. You're very nice. I just want to look around at the bright and shiny faces of your kids and your parents and how proud you all are of them. I'm equally as proud of them. What I would like for you to do for me is stay this close to them all the way through high school. When they become teenagers, don't let them push you back. Just to hang in there and be with them all the time, and they'll turn out to be really good kids. But that's what you got to do to make our society a whole lot better. So thank you for coming down tonight, and carry on.
Where's Al? I'd like to also recognize our support service department and our director, Al Butler. If Al, where did Al go? Oh, come on, Al. And our community relations manager, Joy Wright. Okay. If you would like to find out more about the Human Relations and Diversity Board, you can find us at www.ocoee.org, or you can hang around and speak to Chairman Maxwell after we're all done, and he'll show you how to get signed up with us. As I mentioned earlier, we had a total of 244 essays submitted, and we had 10 judges who were responsible for making a decision about the top essays. The topic for this year's essay contest was the courage to believe and act. First, let's begin by reading the names of the honorable mentions at each school. And we will announce each name and ask each winner to come down and get their certificate. Okay. First, we'll start with Maxey Elementary School, and the honorable mention is Jaquavia Ward. Next, we have Ocoee Elementary School, Emily Montgomery. Spring Lake Elementary, Matthew Webb. Okay, and last but certainly not least, our honorable mention for Thornbrook Elementary, Caroline Fury. And now we can get a big round of applause for all of our honorable mentions.
Good evening. My name is Patricia Cornell, and I'd like to talk about the third place winners that are coming up. They're going to get a certificate, a $20 prize, as well as Chick-fil-A gift cards.
Okay, let's start with Citrus Elementary School, Jasmine Guy. And for Claricona Elementary School, Joshua Lopez. Maxey Elementary School, Kaylani Heisler. Ocoee Elementary School, Nathani Daralus. Did I say that right? Spring Lake Elementary School, Jacob Bashand. And Thornbrook Elementary School, Hannah Jacobson.
Okay, next is our second place winners. They also get a certificate, a $25 prize, and Chick-fil-A gift cards.
Citrus Elementary School, Amanda Joseph. Claricona Elementary School, Bailey McNeil. Maxey Elementary School, Michaela Morris Law. Ocoee Elementary School, Serena Rego. Spring Lake Elementary School, Evan Newland, or Evan Newland.
It's okay to have a lot.
Yeah. Mom. And Thornbrook Elementary, Madison Engler.
Okay, the next category is our first place winners. And these first place winners get a special presentation from the mayor, a key to the city. They're also going to get certificates, $40 prizes, and a Chick-fil-A gift card for a dinner.
Now also for the first place winner, as I read your name, we're actually going to come up one at a time because you have the honor of also reading your essay so that we can all hear. Okay, first place winner for Citrus Elementary School is Shaylin Mercer. Also, her teacher is Miss Weidel, and the principal is Delane Bender.
Do you have a dream? If you believe in something and have courage to take action and work hard, your dream just might come true. Let's talk about a few examples. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream that black and white people would get along. He believed in his dream and had courage to take action to make it happen peacefully, by not resisting arrest or by fighting, but by obeying the law. He believed in the right to speak freely and hold peaceful protests. That's how he helped start the civil rights movement. Harriet Tubman had a dream about getting her people to the free land, so she took them group by group through the Underground Railroad to a state where they would not have to be slaves. They called her Moses because she led the Israelites to the land where they, not the Israelites, she led her people to the land where they could be free. Like Moses led the Israelites to the promised land. Rosa Parks stood her ground when the bus driver told her that the law said she had to give up her seat to a white person. Rosa said no, because she thought it was unfair to give up her seat because of the color of her skin. She went to jail because of the stand she took. The Montgomery Montgomery bus boycott was held and the law was changed. What I have learned from these three people is to follow my dream and take a stand for myself and anyone else who's being bullied by someone. My teacher always says, be a great leader, not a follower.
Okay, our first place winner for Claricona Elementary is Jordan Sweeting. Her teacher is Mrs. Carey, and the principal is Robert Strength.
The courage to believe and act. Have you ever had the courage to follow your dreams? I'm positive Barack Obama had to have the courage to follow his dreams. Barack Obama is the first African American president. Barack Obama was elected president in 2008. He has two daughters, Sasha and Malia, and his wife, the First Lady, Michelle Obama. President Barack Obama has encouraged me to follow my dreams. In 2012, he was re-elected president. The inauguration was in Washington, D.C. at the U.S. Capitol. They now currently live in Washington, D.C. at the White House. Barack Obama has inspired me to follow my desires. He has worked hard to achieve his goal of being the first African American president of the United States of America. He has worked hard to make sure that America is in good shape, safe, and that we are secure. Barack Obama is a hard worker. When I grow up, I want to be just like him. I want to achieve my goals that I desire, and I would like to be a hard worker and finish strong. I hope that fellow Americans will go out into the world and follow their dreams and not to be afraid of anything, all the way to elementary school and all the way through college. Follow your dreams, have the courage and confidence to believe and act.
Our first place winner for Maxey Elementary School is Sherry Sanders. Her teacher is Mr. Montgomery, and her principal is Martha Garcia.
Mary Anderson, the story of an amazingly talented singer. When you stop having dreams and ideas, well, you might as well stop altogether. Quote Marian Anderson. Marian Anderson was born on February 27, 1897. Marian's parents were poor, but she grew up singing in church. She learned the old slave songs called spirituals. More than anything, Marian wanted to sing, but could a poor black girl from Philadelphia sing well enough to make a living? Yes, she decided it was possible. Marian went to a music school. There once was a woman who denied her request just because she was black. She told Marian they didn't teach her kind. Soon, Marian found someone who was willing to teach her to sing, Mary Sanders Patterson, her first voice teacher. Whenever Marian sang before a crowd in the South, she always bowed to the blacks first. That was her special way of letting them know that she cared and that she was proud of her race. Marian wanted to sing at the Lincoln Memorial, but the daughter of the American Revolution said no. Marian was sad, not for herself, but for the daughter of the American Revolution. Miss Roosevelt then quit the Daughters of the American Revolution to show respect for Miss Anderson and to show that she did not like the way Miss Anderson was treated. Marian Anderson inspired me because she proves the bird with the broken wing can still soar up into the blue sky. I want to be a singer, and just like Marian Anderson, I won't take no for an answer. That's why I'm so very inspired by Marian Anderson.
first place winner at Ocoee Elementary School is Terry Venn III. His teacher is Miss Johnson, and the principal is Sarah Concepcion.
Malala Yousafzai is a Pakistani school student and women's rights and education activist. She was born on July 12, 1997. In Pakistan, the Taliban have banned girls from going to school. The Taliban is a Muslim extremist group who is known around the world for its brutal treatment of people, especially women. The Taliban are terrorists. When she was 11 or 12, Malala started to become famous when she wrote a blog under a pseudonym or a fake name for a British television station. It was about her life was like with the Taliban. She knew she could be killed not only because she was a girl, but because she was speaking out against the terrorists. She stood against by the adversity and fought for the girls' right to go to school. She began to get more and more popular when she spoke on TV and when she became a chairperson of the District Child Assembly. She won the Pakistan's National Youth Peace Prize and also nominated for the International Peace Prize. She is even being supported by the Canadian Prime Minister to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Most have probably seen Malala on the news because in October of 2012, she was shot in the head and neck while riding home on the school bus. The Taliban were trying to assassinate her. She's doing much better now in an interview on TV this week. She spoke about God giving her a second life and wanting to serve the people. It must be very hard for someone her age to stand up to adults, especially women, people who want to kill her. She has a very kind heart, even though she's been hurt so badly, she still wants to keep going to help others. It's hard for me to think about someone who is 15 years old doing something so brave. I don't think we will see kids like that in our country. Kids in America don't want to go to school. There are kids in other countries that are willing to die for it. Kids here in America probably wouldn't do much to change the world. Malala is one of a kind. It makes me wonder if I'm really courageous as I thought I was.
Congratulations, you did a good job. There's somebody to talk about, especially.
Our first place winner for Spring Lake Elementary School is Amande Downing. Amande, is that correct? His teacher is Mrs. Haddad, and the principal is Dr. Angela Murphy Osborne.
The courage to believe and act. When I think about my topic, the courage to believe and act, the first thing that comes to my mind is all the famous African American heroes that fought against racism and discrimination and still made a difference in the lives of others during their time and many years later. Heroes like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who peacefully protested rules during his time that was unfair to African Americans. He marched the streets of Montgomery, Alabama, along with Miss Rosa Parks and many others who had the courage to speak against unfairness. Sometimes it was hard to understand where they got the courage from to stand up for their rights. I know that Dr. King was a reverend at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia. He used his faith in God to see him through tough times that he faced. It is because of his determination that he was not limited on his influence to many other people, but the world was of different race, religion, and backgrounds. Even today, a fifth grader like me still honors his work as I am a living example of his dream. Remember the part of the speech that said, "I have a dream that my 4 children will one day live in a nation where they would not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." Well, I am the only African American male student in my class at Spring Lake Elementary School, but I do not feel any different than my classmates We all have the same goal, pass the FCAT, go out to middle school. We learn, work, eat, and play together as Dr. King had in his dream. If it wasn't for his bravery and others who had the courage to believe in a better America, we would not have the great country today. I am a citizen of the United States of America. I can be whoever I dream to become. And I know with courage and strength to believe in myself, I too can become a success.
They were all wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And now it's my honor to tell you what the grand prize is. It's a ceramic key to the city, 2 certificates, one for first place and one for the grand prize, an $80 grand prize, a $40 first place prize, and a Chick-fil-A gift certificate for a meal. 2, I'm sorry, 2. They can take me.
Actually, if you know what's good for you, it's really for your mama. Okay. The first place winner and our overall winner for the Black History Month essay contest is Katie Wise from Thornbrook Elementary School. Her teacher is Miss Moore, and the principal is Christopher Daniels.
The courage to believe and act. The Little Rock Nine. Imagine what it must have felt like to be one of the first black students to enter an all-white high school, knowing that you were not welcome there. Who would do this? 9 brave African-American students did this back in 1957 at Little Rock Central High School. They were nicknamed the Little Rock Nine, and they had the courage to believe and act. They believed that all Americans should have a good education and took action to help end segregation in schools. In 1954, the Supreme Court outlawed segregation in public schools. Later, the Little Rock Nine School Board planned to integrate Central High School in 1957. They called for volunteers from 2 all-black schools. 9 students were chosen based on good grades and attendance. Their names were Thelma Mothershed, Elizabeth Eckford, Melba Patella, Jefferson Thomas, Ernest Green, Minnie Jean Brown, Carlotta Walls, Terrence Roberts, and Gloria Ray. They were told they were not able to attend football or basketball games, join the track team, drama club, or even go to the prom. Still, the Little Rock Nine signed up in hopes of getting a better education at a better school. On September 4th, 1957, the Little Rock Nine approached the high school, but they were blocked from the Arkansas National Guard. The governor of Arkansas, Orval Faubus, went against the law by sending soldiers to keep black students out. Elizabeth Eckford was threatened and spat on by an angry mob, and none of the students got in that day. On September 23rd, the Little Rock Nine entered the school with police protection, but more than 1,000 people started rioting outside the school, so the police sent the students home for safety. The next day, President Eisenhower sent the 101st Airborne Division of the United States Army to the school, along with the Arkansas National Guard, which was now under his command. Finally, on September 25th, the Little Rock Nine entered the school for the first full day. Each of the 9 students were assigned guards to walk them to class. Even so, they had to endure physical and verbal abuse from many of the white students. They were spat at, beaten, and insulted. The few students who tried to help or befriend any of the 9 received threats and hate mail. Minnie Jean Brown was unfairly expelled in February and moved to New York City to finish school. The remaining 8 students finished the school year, and Ernest Green, a senior, the first to graduate. The Little Rock Nine were part of one of the most important events of the African American civil rights movement, the desegregation of schools. They believe that all students should be able to attend a good school regardless of race, and they had the courage to act on it. Because of their courage to believe and act, all public schools in America are now integrated.
Very quickly, I want to also, while we're sitting down, acknowledge the principals again, because without them, this could not be done. You know, just getting the essays out, talking with the teachers, working all that out, getting the essays back to us is a lot of work. And we know that they have a lot on their plate, especially with it being FCAT time and getting all of this done. So if you are a principal and you're here, please stand up as I call your name. Citrus Elementary School, Delaney Bender. Claricona Elementary School, Robert Stren. Maxey Elementary School, Martha Garcia. Ocoee Elementary School, Sarah Concepcion. Spring Lake Elementary School, Dr. Angela Osborne. Is that correct? Thornbrook Elementary School, Christopher Daniels. I would once again like to thank the City Commission for making this possible for us and giving us the ability and the ableness to be able to celebrate such a vital part of our American history. Before we close, well, two things before we close out. At the very end, we're going to have Chairman Maxwell come up and do a closing for us. But after he does, we would like all of the students to come up for a group picture. Okay? All of them. All the winners, yes. Not the students in Ocoee. Okay, please, Chairman Maxwell. You're first.
I'll make this as short and sweet as possible, but I don't want to detract from the significance of what your children have accomplished.
Chairman Maxwell, hold on just a minute.
Okay.
Because I didn't recognize the teachers. If any of the teachers are here from the schools, could you please stand too? I am so sorry because I know the teacher is one of the most important persons in a child's life, you know, next to their parents. And without you being able to go out and teach the reading and writing skills and how to put that together and how to take apart a subject matter and make sure you're hitting all the points, that's very difficult to do without the assistance of a teacher. So we do thank you, and we know that you're very valuable to us all. And Chairman Maxwell.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Evening again, and I just want to take a moment for those of you who perhaps have not had the opportunity to understand exactly what your child or your children were involved in. And in so doing, I'd like to just address briefly the criteria. I'm sure the instructors, the principals, and the people that are in charge knew of the criteria, but I'm not sure that mom and dads knew exactly what it was and how the determinations were made. So I'm going to share with you very briefly the scoring criteria. Each essay of the 244 that were received were read by members of the board according to the ruling criteria or the grading criteria that was established. Categorically, we're talking a rating, an understanding and originality, organization, clarity and purpose, and writing skills. Under writing skills, we looked at grammar, spelling, and punctuation, even of fifth graders, yes. The organization, we looked at details. Did the details fit the essay and the topic that was being discussed? Was there a clear sense of beginning and ending? And was there a transition? Did a thought process tie the whole concept together and convey a clear message? In terms of understanding and originality, was the essay written with good insight? Did the writing enliven the reader, or did it enliven you when you listened to it? And was there evidence of research? In other words, we're trying to inject something here that has meaning and conveys a meaning, because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you have seen and heard the voices of our future, our children. And for us to take the time and the designation of the resources that have been allocated to make this possible, we had to assign a meaning and a value scale, and I think you can appreciate that. So that is how we arrived at the scoring and the determination of first and second place. It was very stiff competition, as you've already been told. And now, on from that. Katie, where are you? Katie, congratulations again. And I got to tell you that you got to ensure that Mom and Dad cannot leave town before 20 January 2014, okay? You have to be there to present your essay again at the 2014 celebration of the Martin Luther King celebration, as is sponsored by the city of Ocoee, hosted by the Human Relations Diversity Board. So congratulations again. And I'm sure that I'm probably preaching to the choir with many of you, but I just want to take a moment to share with you, in case you haven't had a chance to sit down lately and review why Black History Month is celebrated. It was brought on in 1926 by a gentleman named Carter Godwin. Wow, I've forgotten his name. Woodson. Anywho, his observation and his studies in the process of acquiring his doctoral degree was a notice that many accomplishments of African Americans had been omitted from history books. And I don't think this reveals any form of secret to anyone in the audience. It was a fact of life. And so he led a petition and got congressional attention to put a bill into the process of approval that the 26th, the second week of February, would be established as a designated time for recognition of significant accomplishments by African Americans at that time, which was the largest minority we had in this country. Significantly, it's been overcome by Latino Hispanic Americans, and we celebrate that and recognize that each year in the month of September as Fiesta de Colores. Many of you have probably heard of that. We'll be doing it again in the upcoming September, and I would like to encourage every one of you to participate. This is an outreach program that we, the Human Relations Diversity Board, have engaged in to say to you in the community, we care. You're a part of our mission and what we're about, and we welcome your input. Come to our meetings. We have a meeting on the first Thursday of each month here in the chambers when they're available, and if not available here, at other locations throughout the city's resources. I would like to, again, thank the members of the Human Relations Diversity Board. I'd like to thank our supporting director and staff, and Ms. Wright, Mr. Butler, Mayor Scott, and commissioners, and most of all, ladies and gentlemen, yourselves and your children. We've had a great time this evening. Thank you so much for your participation.
I will. Before we have the kids come up for pictures, we wanted to save the best thank you for last, and that's for the parents. If you're the parent of a child that is here tonight, will you please stand? Because I'm a parent, and I know that every essay that was written was reread by mom and dad, and you were tired, and you just got home from work, and you were hungry, and you read those anyway. You just, no, honey, please do this over. So thank you. Thank you very much. Now, so kids, you can come up and take pictures. We also have our city commissioners here, and Mayor Vandergrift, please, if you would like to take pictures, parents come up as well. And yes. So it's picture time, and then after pictures, have a wonderful evening. Thank you.